Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Krishna.
Yadavaya Namaha,
Oh, Radha Govinda Ram,
Srimad Sudhanam,
Oh, Kaka Divadalam,
Pangun Langai Tegirim,
Yati Samahang Vande,
Sri Gurum Dhinatarinam,
Paramanandam,
Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram,
Hare Om Tat Sat,
Hari Om Tat Sat,
Hare Om Tat Sat,
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hare Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will continue reading from Sri Chaitanya Shikshamrita of Srila Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. The worship of these five deities is conducted separately through the five methods of worship as prescribed by the respective tantras. Their conclusion is that by engaging in the worship of these deities, one achieves the results of concentration of mind. This concentration, through successive practice, leads to detachment from worldly objects and engenders knowledge characterized by absorption in the impersonal Brahman. When this knowledge deepens, the realization, I am Brahman, arises. Upon deep consideration, it is concluded that the Advaitavadis, impersonalists, state that Brahman is the only reality and everything else is unreal. During the initial stages of sadhana, spiritual practice, they prescribe the worship of various deities who are also considered unreal. In the state of nirvishesha, formless realization, those deities do not exist. Therefore, those deities are imaginary. According to this philosophy, the forms of Rama and Krishna are also imaginary. According to them, Kali, Prakriti nature, Surya, the sun, Ganesha, Shiva, and Vishnu are imagined deities. The Ashtanga yogis, and Panchopasakas, the worshippers of five deities, follow this view and ultimately all of them become followers of Brahmavada, philosophy of impersonal Brahman, and seek liberation. Even though they know the worshipped deities to be false, imaginary, and still they worship them. The signs of Rati that appear during their worship are what they call Rati. During those times, they exhibit symptoms such as trembling, sweating, change of color, tears, and horripilation, and they dance. All these are indeed symptoms of attachment, but they are not the kind of faith and unconditional Rati we have mentioned.
So, uh, these Brahmavaris worship the five deities. Also, sometimes exhibits the ecstasy.
So these Vadis who worship the five deities also sometimes exhibit these symptoms.
But because they have no faith in the deities, all these symptoms are temporary.
Because they have no faith in the deities, their symptoms are temporary.
But this shows that if you have faith, these symptoms last.
So this shows if you have faith, the symptoms lasts.
So, everyone can achieve with due faith and devotion these symptoms of rati.
So everyone can achieve with due faith and devotion these symptoms of rati.
Because I think these imaginary faults, the emotions are not permanent.
Because they think these deities are imaginary false, the emotions are not permanent. Note, as mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.42 to 43, if softness of heart, the symptom of rati bhava, becomes clearly visible in person desiring liberation or in other unqualified persons, is not real rati. This is Srila Prabhupada's translation of the same verse. There are impersonalists, philosophers, and mystics, however, who, by a show of devotional service, want ultimately merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord. They sometimes try to imitate a pure devotee's sentiments for visiting the holy places where Krishna had his pastime, but they simply have a few view of salvation. Have a view of salvation, so their activities cannot be considered attachment. There are impersonalists, philosophers, and mystics, however, by a show of devotional service, want ultimately to merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord. They sometimes try to imitate a pure devotee's sentiment for visiting the holy places where Krishna had his pastimes, but they simply have a view for salvation. So, their activities cannot be considered attachment.
Uh, the liberation that mentioned here is Sayuja Mukti,
The liberation that's mentioned here is the Sayuja Mukti,
merging into the Brahma Jyoti
merging into the Brahma Jyoti
and losing your identity.
and losing your identity.
The devotees never accept this.
The devotees never accept this.
They want to serve Krishna,
They want to serve Krishna,
and so that rati is real.
so their rati is real. Okay, continuation of the second verse. Since those who desire material enjoyment or liberation do not perform pure bhakti, how can rati appear in them at all? Rati is sought after by liberated souls free from all desires and is not given immediately by Krishna even to the devotees since it is the most sacred. Srila Prabhupada's rendition of the same verse, the translation of the same verse, for a person who simply wants to have liberation and to merge into the impersonal Brahma Jyoti, attachment to Krishna is not possible to acquire. This attachment is very confidentially kept by Krishna and is bestowed only upon pure devotees. Even ordinary devotees cannot have such pure attachment for Krishna. Therefore, how is it possible for success to be achieved by persons whose hearts are contaminated by the actions and reactions of fruitive activities and who are entangled by various types of mental speculation? There's a new topic. Would you like to comment something, Shri Maharaj?
Oh,
Okay.
oh, rati.
How many types of rati are there? Upon thorough consideration, five types of rati are observed in the world. They are Shuddha rati, pure rati, chaya-rati, shadow-rati,
Oh, shadow rati.
pratibimba-rati, reflected rati, jada-rati, material rati, kapat rati, duplicity rati, and shuddha rati, pure rati. Why is it coming in pure Rati? Okay, okay. Shuddha Rati. Explanation. Okay.
So there are 5 kinds of roti,
So there are 5 kinds of Rati,
and the pure roti is the one that we want.
and the pure Rati is the one that we want.
Other 4 are duplicates.
The other 4 are duplicates. First, Shuddha Rati, pure Rati. Shuddha Rati is referred to in the scriptures by various names such as Atma Rati, Bhagavat Rati, Chit Rati, and Bhava. When the living entity in a purified state engages in activities that connect them with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and this engagement is called Rati. During this time, there is no Rati to other objects other than that of the Lord. Single mindedness is the characteristic of Rati. Tenderness, smoothness, joy, taste, and attachment are merely different states of Rati.
So uh, one roti is fixed on the personality of Godhead.
When one's Rati is fixed on the personality of Godhead,
It's called Sudarati.
then it's called Shuddha Rati.
The mind is single pointed
And the mind is single pointed.
on Krishna, Ramchandra, Gauranga,
And the mind is single pointed to Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, Gauranga,
etc.
etc.
Some people are attached to Radha,
Some people are attached to Varahadev,
someone else to Narayana.
someone else to Narayana.
Different kinds of different personalities, maybe their attachment.
So for different people, different personalities may be their attachment.
Like Prahlad Maharaj is attached to Nrsimhadev.
Like Prahlad Maharaj, he is attached to Narasimhadev.
Who are you attached to? Who are you attached to?
Radha Madhava.
So this is known as Atma-rati, Bhāva-bhakti, chit-rati,
So this is known as
Bhava.
Atma Rati, Bhava Rati, Chit Rati, or Bhava. Chaya-rati, shadow Rati, the slight manifestation of that Shuddha Rati, pure Rati, is referred to as chaya-rati, shadow Rati. As mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.44 to 45. Though the semblance of Rati is very astounding to the innocent, those in knowledge understand what it really is by seeing the characteristics. This Ratyabhasa, a semblance of Rati, is of 2 types: reflection, pratibimba, and glow, chaya. Srila Prabhupada's translation to the verse of this verse, sorry. There are many so-called devotees who artificially think of Krishna's pastimes known as Ashtakaliya Leela. Sometimes one may artificially imitate this, pretending that Krishna is talking with him in the form of a boy, Or else one may pretend that Radharani and Krishna both have come to him and are talking with him. Such characteristics are sometimes exhibited by the impersonalist class of men, and they may captivate some innocent persons who have no knowledge in the science of devotional service. However, as soon as an experienced devotee sees all of these caricatures, he can immediately evaluate such rascaldom. If such a pretender is sometimes seen possessing imitative attachment to Krishna, that will not be accepted as real attachment.
I told about one person who was imitating,
I told about one person who was
imitating that Krishna had come.
he was imitating that Krishna had come.
So, I don't know, maybe some innocent people got fooled, but most of the experienced devotees, they could tell it was all acting.
So, I don't know, some innocent devotees, they got fooled, but most of the experienced devotees, they know it was acting.
So, so there are two types, pratibimba replacement, oh, chaya.
So, there are two types pratibimba, reflection, and glow, chaya.
So sometimes someone they show uh, there's two types of shadow rati.
So sometimes people can show these two types of chaya-rati,
But they don't have real rati.
but we know that they don't have real rati. Quotation from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.49. Chaya-ratyabhasa, the glow type of bhava semblance, is described as follows. Chaya-ratyabhasa has some similarity to real rati. It consists of shallow interest, shallow interest in the Lord and His service. It is unstable and it destroys sufferings. Srila Prabhupada's translation of that verse. And if by manifestation of such shadow attachment one feels the disappearance of all material pangs, then it is called para attachment.
So if one has a shadow attachment, then the person may be free of material things.
So if one has shadow attachment, then the person may be free from from all material pangs.
He, he or she is a little interested in Krishna,
He or she may be a little interested in Krishna,
but it's not stable.
but it's not stable.
So even these imitation and partial states of rati
So even this imitation or the partial state of rati
are also very, they're also very good.
they are also very good.
But uh, you want the real thing.
But we want the real thing.
That means You don't just have a shallow interest in Krishna.
That means
You
you
have
don't.
a real interest.
That means you don't just have a shadow interest in Krishna. You want to have real interest in Krishna.
Even if you have a shallow interest, it destroys your sufferings.
Even if you have shadow interest, what was the last part?
It destroys your suffering.
It destroys your sufferings.
Hari Priya Kriya. Wow.
Yeah. Hari Priya Kala Desha Patradi Sangamat. This chaya-rati abhasa, excuse me, appears sometimes even in ignorant people by an unintentional combination of performing actions dear to the Lord, observing festivals of the Lord, residing in the Dhamma of the Lord, and associating with devotees of the Lord. Even this chaya-rati abhasa, which eventually bestows auspiciousness to those people, appears only as a result of great fortune. Srila Prabhupada's translation of the same verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Such shadow attachment or para attachment can develop if one associates with a pure devotee or visits holy places like Vrindavan or Mathura. And if an ordinary man develops such attachment for Krishna and fortunately performs devotional activities in the association of pure devotees, he can also rise to the platform of pure devotional service. The conclusion is that the conclusion is that transcendental attachment, such shadow attachment or para attachment, can develop if one associates with a pure devotee or visits holy places like Vrindavan or Mathura. And if an ordinary man develops such attachment for Krishna and fortunately performs devotional activities in the association of pure devotees, he can also rise to the platform of pure devotional service. The conclusion is that transcendental attachment is so powerful that if such attachment is seen manifested even in some common man by the association of a pure devotee, it can bring one to the perfectional stage. But such attachment for Krishna cannot be invoked in a person without his being sufficiently blessed by the association of pure devotees.
So, if I come that awakens the rati
If a common man awakens the arati
by associating with devotees, by visiting holy places like Holy Torah, Mayapur,
by associating with devotees or by visiting holy places like Vrindavan, Mathura, and Mayapur,
by performing some activities which are very dear to Krishna,
who are performing some activities which are very dear to Krishna,
like if you hear the glories of different excellencies,
like if you hear,
sometimes a very fallen person, he gets devotion
like,
by observing ecology.
so sometimes by hearing the glories of different Ekadasis, a fallen person can get devotion by following those Ekadasis.
Just one of the recent ecologies was a son of prince
So,
who was very fallen.
so one of the recent Ekadasis, there just like in one of the recent Ekadasis, there was a son of a prince who was very fallen.
He would hang out with prostitutes, steal,
He would hang out with prostitutes. He would steal.
his father the king ran him to the forest.
So the father, the king, he sent him to the forest.
But somehow, one day, some fruit fell off from a tree.
So somehow one day he got a fruit from a tree,
Then he fasted on a cause.
and then he fasted on Ekadasi.
And the following day, he took the fruit.
And then the following day he took the fruit,
So he got blessed.
and he got blessed.
The horse came and changed, became handsome fortunate.
So of course he came, he changed, and he became a handsome and fortunate.
So he went back to the kingdom and he was accepted by the king.
So he went back to the kingdom and he was accepted by the king.
He got this special attachment to Krishna.
And he got this special attachment to Krishna.
So even one does something that Krishna likes, he gets great blessing.
Even if someone does something that Krishna likes, he can get great blessings. Okay. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.52 to 53. By the great mercy of a dear devotee of the Lord, the semblance of Bhava may suddenly become real Bhava. By offending such a devotee, however, even the best Bhava-bhasa gradually wanes, just as the full moon wanes in the sky. Srila Prabhupada's translation for this verse. As attachment can be invoked by the association of pure devotee, so such attachment can also extinguished by offenses committed at the lotus feet of pure devotees. To be more clear, by the association of pure devotees, attachment for Krishna can be aroused. But if one commits offenses at the lotus feet of a devotee, one's shadow attachment or para attachment can be extinguished. This extinguishing is like the waning of the full moon, which gradually decreases and at last becomes dark.
So one's attachment to Krishna can be awakened by associated with a pure devotee.
So one's attachment to Krishna can be awakened by association with pure devotees.
If you offend the pure devotee, attachment can disappear.
If you offend a pure devotee, that attachment can disappear.
Just like the full moon wanes in the sky.
Just like the full moon wanes in the sky,
Gradually becomes a dark moon.
gradually becomes a dark moon.
So avoid the Vaishnava of the Lord.
So avoid Vaishnava aparat.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous. So Guru Maharaj?
Hare Krishna. So, tonight we are going to announce the result of the Bhumandala puzzle competition. Wow. So, according to the rules that Guru Maharaj announced 2 nights ago, he said, whoever could build the Bhumandala faster, they will be declared as the winner. So, Matajis, 7 of them got together last night. They managed to put the puzzles together in 1 hour, 8 minutes, 29 seconds. Today, 3 Prabhus, they managed to put together in 1 hour, 10 minutes, 49 seconds. So according to the rule, officially the Matajis, they have won the competition. But the Prabhus also, just 3 of them, they managed to do it in 1 hour, 10 minutes. So they also deserve a big Haribol. So now we'll have Guru Maharaj. He has a special gift for all the participants. They have a Lord Narasing Dev Abhishek oil as well as a small book for all of you. So we'll read out the names, participants. The Mataji side, we have, who are those? Harita Madhavi, Tapta Kanchani Radhika, Bhakti Mayi Radhika. Raise your hand. Yes, Amrita Madhavi Devi Dasi, Haribol, Madhu Malati, Haribol, small girl. How old are you? 7 years old, I think. Bhuvana Pujita Radhika Mataji, Haribol, Padma Sundari Mataji, the captain. And then Prabhu's Chaitanya Vishwambar Das, Premamoy Krishna Das. Okay, they are at the back. Anadi Akshaya Krishna Das, he's here right in the front. A big Haribol to all of them. Hare Krishna. Bring all the books. All of them will get the same gifts. And the takeaway of this competition is that they learned how the whole Bhumandala was created in detail.
Consolation prize.
What's that, Guru Maharaj? Consolation prize for whom? Boys? Oh, this is the consolation prize. Where the Prashadam, Mahaprashadam.
Blessings for everyone.
Blessings for everyone.
Krishna Mate Astu.
Krishner Matirastu. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Prashadam is almost ready. Yeah, that's it. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Dear fortunate devotees, for those who are physically present here, you have a very nice opportunity to do a service to Guru Maharaj. To left of you near the gate, there's a physical book table wherein you can serve Guru Maharaj, fulfilling the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's special instruction to Guru Maharaj is that 10,000 Mahabig books and 100,000 small books he should distribute every month. This is a monthly contribution. So you can sponsor at least one Bhagavad Gita or a few small books in the physical book table. Your name will be chanted in Guru Maharaj's channel here in Sri Dham Mayapur. Thank you very much. Welcome to Guru Maharaj Virtual Book Table. Yesterday, the fortunate devotees, those who have visited physical book tables, are Amrita Madhavi Devidasi, 2 Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Das, 3 Bhagavad Gita, Lok K. Lokesh Govinda Das, 2 Bhagavad Gita. Bhupen Roy, 1 Bhagavad Gita. Then we have our Nitya Sevites, Balachandra Channa, Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi, Balavrinda, 4 small books. Then we have Damini Mataji, Damini Mataji and her family, 1 Bhagavad Gita and 10 small books. This is exactly 1:10 ratio as Guru Maharaj wants it as per Srila Prabhupada's instruction. While Guru Maharaj has the monthly contribution, Damini Mataji and family is contributing consistently as a daily contribution in the 1:10 ratio. Thank you very much, Damini Mataji and family, for being a role model and an exemplary example for all of us to follow. And so all these devotees are getting a special Narasimha Puja in a few hours from now in Sridham, Mayapur. All of you also please bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga with me. Nitai Gauranga. And please pass on this wonderful opportunity of participating in Guru Maharaj's pastime and distributing Srila Prabhupada books, even with a single Bhagavad Gita or just 10 small books. Please do WhatsApp anytime to Guru Maharaj virtual book table at +91 94 34 76 04 02. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Chaitanya class. Let's do an intense prayer for Guru Maharaj's full and speedy recovery. Tomorrow is having dialysis. So, and of course, our prayers include for all those who are celebrating their anniversaries today for their well-being and blissful Krishna consciousness. Please join me in the prayers, intense prayer. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Vaishnav Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patithanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai